This is toilet paper. These are all the toxic, everlasting chemicals in the toilet paper you use. Not cool and something you don't like to think about, especially when most of these chemicals have been nicknamed forever chemicals and have been shown to absolutely screw you up. But toilet paper is just one of those things you have to use, right? Well, in today's video, I'll explain all the negative health effects of toilet paper, what causes these effects, why companies are okay causing these effects, and what easy changes you can make to save yourself from these effects today. This piece of paper, so many great memories. That was until I found out you were cheating on me. Toilet paper's biggest concern is that it contains the chemicals needed to make PFAS, or per and polyfluoroalkyl substances. I think I'll just stick with PFAS. PFAS were not originally made to be like anthrax, a horrible bioweapon. And PFAS is not a horrible bioweapon. PFAS are used to make things resistant to water, heat, oil, grease, basically resistant to anything. Items that include PFAS, but are not limited to, are anything water resistant, like umbrellas, rain jackets, tents, etc. Non-stick pans, or grease-resistant paper, or really any cooking item that makes things easier, honestly. Shampoo, flossers, makeup, and toilet paper, and so much more. Just in Google right now, just look up items that contain PFAS and be prepared to be disappointed. Why should I be disappointed? Be disappointed because PFAS have many proven negative health effects. The US Environmental Protection Agency says PFAS cause a range of health ills, including decreased fertility, hypertension in pregnant people, increased risk of certain cancers, developmental delays in children, I'm affected by that one, low birth weight, hormonal irregularities, elevated cholesterol, reduced effectiveness of the immune system, leading to decreased efficacy of vaccines, and more. Not great stuff, but the worst part of these chemicals is that they do not break down easily. This family of chemicals have the strongest bond in organic chemistry, the carbon fluoride bond. That means that some forms of these chemicals can take over 1,000 years to break down. That'd be like if our grandparents created chemicals that were still into effect to this day. So every time you wipe your buttocks with that nice piece of paper, you're leaving chemicals that are gonna stay inside of you for thousands of years. I mean, those chemicals are gonna last longer than your skeleton, for crying out loud. Companies have known that PFAS are toxic since roughly the 1960s. Thanks 3M. So why do companies put toxic chemicals inside a product that Americans use 57 pounds of per year? Well, it's not even really for you. It doesn't improve the feel or how easy it is to rip or its water resistance. PFAS are used in toilet paper so that the pulps used to make toilet paper don't stick together in the machinery used during the manufacturing process. It's not like it's impossible to make toilet paper without PFAS. Wide-scale toilet paper manufacturing started in 1857. And PFAS weren't widely used until the 1950s. There was a nearly 100-year period without a known toxin. 3M wanted to continue using PFAS so bad that when they continued to find more and more evidence that these chemicals were absolutely horrible for animals and the public, they made sure to hide this information. They didn't even let their employees know, basically using their employees as testing subjects for these studies. And you know, it's always crazy to me that people are okay with putting toxins in products to increase profits. I know companies' one goal is to make as much money as possible, but can't the executives of a company have some morals and some heart? The answer is no? Okay, got it. Got it. But it's not all doom and gloom today. Here's 2 easy things you can do today to help this situation. First is the less cool option, in my opinion, to use bamboo toilet paper. There's a bunch of let's save the climate, let's save the planet, let's leave a better planet for our kids, companies that talk about the health benefits of bamboo toilet paper. We do not care. Instead, these bamboo rolls have no plastics in them because plastics are also bad for the climate. They're around double the price of toilet paper.
Holy crap, Dylan. What absolutely fabulous stuff were you smoking? Bamboo toilet paper is 5 times as expensive. Is this how expensive it is to save the climate? If so, let's just burn this baby to the ground.
So be ready to shell a little more cash if you wanna use bamboo toilet paper. You can check them out in the description below. But don't do that, because who actually wants to wipe their bum with paper?
Over $1 a roll toilet paper.
That's why you need to get yourself a bidet edition. I've always wanted a bidet for a while, and after I started learning about the health effects of toilet paper, I decided, you know what, let's see how much it would cost to add a bidet to my toilet. $40.
Oh man, if only Dylan knew he could get 24 bamboo toilet paper rolls for the same price.
For almost my whole life, I've wanted to try a bidet out, but I thought it was super expensive, hundreds of dollars, so I was gonna have to wait till I was rich or an adult or wealthy. Meanwhile, I could have had a bidet for the last 17 years for just 40 bucks. It's really simple. It's just a little addition that goes underneath the seat, and it has a place for you to connect your water supply to. Once you connect it there, you just turn the dial on the bidet, and then it just sprays water at you.
Now imagine that going to your ass.
And then this $40 one even has a self-clean function where it cleans the toilet bowl for you. And this really only took an hour for me and my dad to set up. It really should have taken 20 minutes, but our plumbing system's pretty bad and it was 110 degrees in the bathroom that day. It's a cheap one, so it doesn't have a self-drying machine. And so you have a couple options on how to dry yourself. Number one is just to not dry yourself and just put on your clothes and leave it a little wet. Not the best. I mean, sometimes I go in there after being in my pool, and so then it just doesn't matter to me, but I don't really want wet underwear for the whole day. Two is to have a sort of self-clean towel on the side of you. Usually if you spray it well enough, you won't leave any stains, but the first time I used a washcloth just to see how it worked, I left a stain of crap. And after that, I was like, maybe this isn't what I want to do, especially given that I don't have my own personal bathroom and my sister uses it for hygiene purposes. And so that leaves you with the last one, which is to use some sort of paper. I personally either use paper towels or toilet paper. I know. My logic goes is that even if I don't completely remove toilet paper from my life, by just making it so I have to use like 3 sheets instead of having to use multiple sheets, that should help me in the long run. Yes, they'll still build up over time, and yes, eventually I want to just get like an air dryer for my toilet, but right now I just don't have that type of money and not the permission from my parents. That's the real reason. That's a real reason. You single fellas though, you can definitely have an air drying bidet. The bidet I use will also be in the description for you to check out. And those are my great ways to remove toxins from your life. But these aren't the only toxins that are affecting you. Check out my video right here on how there's plastic in your blood supply and it's affecting you and society in major ways. And don't forget to forget the paper, spray with some water, not vapor.
Dylan, what does that even mean?